All right, guys. Welcome to the Studying Brew. It is episode 1132. That's right, guys. 1132. That is the episode that we are on, the Studying Brew. Guys, this is our almost nightly free podcast, Zoomcast. I don't know what we're calling this thing, but it's the one where we teach you test-taking techniques. Test-taking techniques for passing those securities exams. So I did hear, and if you're on, welcome. If you're actually not studying for a securities license, but you're here studying something else and you heard just how universal these test taking techniques are, welcome. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate spending time with us, and I appreciate you wanting to learn a different way to pass exams. Super happy you're here. All right, guys, we are going to get started. I hope you guys all had an amazing day. I hope you guys all had an amazing week. This is Andy's last night of prepping eggs for our boys football team. And they call it Hell Week for a reason. It's not just on the kids, it's also on the parents. No, but all fun, all good, all good. Season's looking really good so far. Hasn't started yet, but preseason's looking really good so far. It's been awesome. Andy's been spending a lot of time with the boys, and it's just super cool. Just super cool. And I'm Brandi. I'm the one who is going to teach you some test taking techniques. If you join our program, I'm the one who teaches you all of the content, all of that wonderful fun stuff. So let's get us started. Let's get started officially. I'm going to share my screen over here. All right. Hey, I hope you guys are all doing good. God, man, it is going so fast. Just time is going by so fast. It's already a week after 4th of July. And believe it or not, people in my neighborhood are still shooting off fireworks. For real now. I think we can move past the firework situation, but that's just me. All right, guys. So if you were looking for a different way of studying because the way that you're studying now just isn't working, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching this replay. I'm glad you're on live because we have a full program. It's not just what we do here on the Studying Brew. We go in depth on how to do this. We go in depth. We teach you all of the steps. We teach you how to study as adults. We teach you the test taking strategies. We show you how to find these test taking techniques. We show you how to properly use quizzing to help you boost your scores, backing it up with content all the time. Right? Because content, yes, it is important. Don't get me wrong. Content is important. And I think the way I teach it is the best. Just going to say that. But also applying the content is probably the most essential part. And a lot of us, I know I was that person, didn't know how to apply content to multiple choice questions. And that is what exactly that we're here for. So we do have course videos as part of our program. This is done on your time. Whenever you can, whenever you need to, that's what we have that for. We have live exam sessions per exam. We have all member sessions. These are that application. And then we have, for those of you in that $100 tier and on moving on up, we have the small group tutoring. I'm even opening up my calendar for special circumstances for those who may want one-on-one tutoring. I'm going to kind of open that schedule because you know what? I'm going to tell you guys, I know it's July and I know we're probably thinking that the year-end stuff is a million miles away. It's not. It's literally around the corner. But the other thing is that I always think that year-end for getting your securities license is usually around Thanksgiving, to be quite honest with you. It's the last rush of the year to hurry up and get these licenses, guys. That means the rest of July. So that's half, right? Then we have August, September, October, November. Right? August, September, October, November. I miscounted on my fingers, guys. That's 4.5 months. That's only 4.5 months to knock out 3+ exams. If you guys were waiting for the last minute, this is the last minute. So I'm opening up my calendar a little bit to allow maybe for that extra push, that extra little help that you guys might need. Also, guys, we have study guides available. Guide is such a weak word compared to how important our study material is. It is everything you need to know for the exams, written in a way to help you pass exams. Our SIE and our 65 are both interactive. They actually have links for our short videos. Got to be a member to watch them. Don't have to be a member to buy it. The 6 and 63, the 26, all available for you guys. We also have this amazing free, let me say it, free Kona community that we have up on the Discord. It is it's just like a message board. You can ask other people questions. You can direct message me. You can get answers. You can join even study groups on there. Guys, when we first started this, we had no idea the impact this was going to have. There have been friendships developed from people who didn't even know each other, and they just met through Kona, and now they go into each other's weddings and stuff. It's just so awesome. It's so amazing. So use that message board. You are not a lone studier, unless you want to be, of course. But if you want to have a community of people who are going through it just like you are in a positive way, we got you over there on the message board. So you guys can go ahead and scan that QR code, click on the links. Click on the links that I didn't copy yet, and join in on any of that stuff that we have available for you guys. Now, if you guys want to reach us, you can call us at 951-290-3077. I'm going to say, though, so we're in crunch time here this week. We might not make it to the phone in time. So definitely text first. It's a lot easier. And if we need to call you back, just say, hey, can you please give me a call back? Or we can talk through text, however we need to. We also have an email, KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. And we have this amazing Instagram that has the Kona Hall of Fame. We also have our announcements for what we're doing during the day, all of that fun stuff, all right there. We try to connect with you guys as much as you let us. As much as you need us to. We try to connect with you guys. We have a bunch of different avenues for you guys to contact us. And if we know that you need it, we'll reach out, right? If you're like, hey man, I'm struggling, we got you, right? We don't like to be invasive unless you open up that door for us. All right, guys, coming up tomorrow is we're going to start off the day with the Kona Study Hall. That's at 10 a.m. Pacific. That is a time for you to study independently. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be getting some stuff done at my desk. You guys log in. You guys could, watch videos. You guys can take quizzes. You could do your why wrong. You do whatever. You can unmute and ask questions, anything like that during that hour. But I got you. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. Right. And then right after that is our all members exam mastery session. That's where we're taking all of the Kona tools and we're applying it in a live quiz, a live engaged quiz. What I mean by that is that we ask for audience participation in the chat. Don't worry, we don't call on you. And it's a great way for us just to hash out techniques and hash out connections and all this wonderful fun stuff. It's actually a really fun time. And then right after that is the series 26. We are going to do a live quiz in there. We're kind of doing a little bit of a series for the next week or two where we're going to do live quizzes per exam in session. So we're going to dive deep into your exam that you're studying for. We're going to be practicing all the Kona tools. We're going to be practicing the Kona connections, all of these things in your exam specific area. All right. And hey, as Kona members, you guys can always say, hey, can we do this chapter? Can we do this type of, hey, can we talk about this? I opened it up to the series 65 today and I said, hey, what would you guys like to quiz on? That it is. Let's do it. Right. All of our sessions are designed around your needs, not just what I think, but what you need. So please make sure that you guys communicate with us so we can get that done for you. All righty. All right. Let's get to the work, though. Let's get to the serious work because it is the Series 6 tonight. Tonight is the night where we kind of take what we do on Mondays and take what we do on Tuesdays, take what we've been doing on Wednesdays, and we do it again on Thursdays. What is it? Basically, test-taking techniques. We do test-taking techniques and test-taking strategies. Today is the day, though, that we add a little bit of content because I want to show you guys just how we can keep our content very much on the surface level, right? Very simple connections. We're going to use that tonight. And then also, we are going to obviously look for those techniques, a lot of them. Because, guys, just how I show it here with you live, I do that in practice. Does that make sense? How I go technique first, observations first, and then content is exactly how I take quizzes. So definitely, that's the system. That's the strategy. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go. Let's get started. All right. As you guys can see, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of content, keeping it simple. But we're going to look for the techniques first, the two that are similar, the two that are opposite, right? Is there anything standing out as one that's being different? Is there numbers? Is there ands? Is there all that, right? So I'm looking through, I see coupon rate, starting it off. B says nominal yield. C says yield to call. D says yield to call. So because C and D are starting it off with yield to call, I'm going to say these two are similar. Now in the chat, I have A and C are opposite backwards. A and C are, I didn't even, to be honest with you, I didn't even look at A when I pulled this quiz, but you're absolutely right. Well, some of you are going to say, well, no, because A says coupon rate and C says nominal yield. But what do we know surface level content is that the coupon is the same as the nominal yield, right? That's some of our content. So then if I'm going, okay, well, if C and D are similar and A and C are opposite of each other, wouldn't the answer be C because of what we call a double dip? There's two patterns. There's a C and D that are similar. There's an A and C that are opposite. So this might actually be the answer, right? Depending on which way you're asking. Exactly. So do you guys want to just hit the answer and then we'll go to the question? Let's do that. Since this is a double dip. What? So the question says, if the bond is trading at a premium, rank low to high. So we draw that little seesaw, right? Current yield, yield to maturity, yield to call. Sorry, that's really sloppy, but it works, right? Yield to call. I'm going to be focusing in on this bar right here. It said lowest to highest. So yield to call is the lowest. Check, check. Then it goes yield to maturity. Check. You're out. Then it goes current yield. Check. And then it goes nominal yield or coupon nominal yield. Check. There you go. Content. Test taking techniques. Content. There you go. Got it based on a technique, backed it up with content. Next. Maybe that's what I should call. Maybe I should change Thursdays to technique backed up with content. Ooh, maybe I should do that. All right. A says a guarantee against loss. B says SEC endorsement. C says performance predictions. And D says a description of how the proceeds will be used. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, we can't do this. We can't guarantee against loss. When I see C, we can't predict the future. So A and C are already out. And then we have this thing called an endorsement, or we have something that's just a fact. B, when a security gets registered with the SEC, they do not endorse it. They do not pass merit. They do not approve it. Remember that the SEC simply declares it's effective. It just says you completed the assignment. You're good to go. That's it. So you're out. So then we have the answer D. Question says, a prospectus displays which of the following? Two answers based on a little bit of Monday's catchphrase, tiny bit of content, simple fact, backed it up with the question. Two quizzes. Here we go. Two quizzes answered before we saw the question. Or two questions before we saw the question. All right, whatever. All right, we have the individual. We have the individual may, the individual may. So I'm going to cross off the individual may. Why? Because it's in every answer choice, and I don't want to deal with that. I ended with D, so I'm going to start with D again. Never, usually not true. Associate with another member firm with SEC permission. Still be employed as a paid advisor to the firm. Or still serve as an officer or director of the firm, but no sales function. So this is, I'm not really seeing any patterns other than that Mona being not true, or, the never being not true, but I'm not really seeing anything else. So this is one that we probably have to see the question, right? Unless you know content, the content, I think we should look at the question, right? So I'm going to change my color, look at the question here. It says, if an associated person is barred from the industry, which of the following is true? Well, because it's true, that answer is not. Now, if you were barred from the industry, this is going to be a wonky, when we're done. If you got barred, can you serve as a officer or director of the member firm? No. Can you still be employed as a paid advisor to that firm? No. But you can associate with another member firm. Oh, I didn't even notice. These two are opposites. Oh my gosh, guys. I was so focused on never, I didn't even finish reading the rest of the statement. But check this out. C and D are opposite of each other. We just said that D is not true because of that never, and C is the answer. So look at that. Even if we were on the fence about if C was actually an answer, even if we're scratching the heads on like, how is that even possible? You just said they were barred from the industry, but they can associate with another firm. You can with permission. It's not saying that permission will be granted, but you can keep trying, right? So look at that. Check this out. Even though we answered, then saw the question, right? Even though we answered and then saw the question, but we had to see the question, or we didn't have to, but we saw the question and we still answered it. We still saw a technique. So that's 3 answer choices with technique, 2 of them that we got before we even saw the question. All right. Next question. Just saying. Okay. I have the grandfather is restricted. The rep is not. So, okay. I'm going to give you guys an instance here. Neither are restricted. So I've got the grandpa restricted, but I have the rep not. That's the no sign. Okay. I have neither restricted. I have both are restricted. And then I have the rep is restricted. Grandpa is not. B and C are definitely opposites. A and D are opposites. Kind of have to know. Now, we're obviously talking about restricted persons, right? Because it says restricted. Is most of the time registered reps restricted? I mean, it's very rare that we see a restricted a registered rep, restricted persons. Oh my goodness. It's very rare that we see a restricted persons question and the rep is not restricted because they only sell mutual funds, right? So let's go ahead and bet on the fact that the rep is going to be restricted. So that would probably cross off B, right? And that's going to probably cross off A. When would the grandfather be restricted? If you don't know, that's cool. We haven't even seen the question. Look at this. We haven't even seen the question and we got it down to either they both are or the grandpa is not. Let's just go to the question. No thinking. We're not going to think. We're not going to overthink this thing. A registered rep provides financial support and housing at her home for her grandfather. Regarding the purchase of new issues, they're both going to be restricted. Not only does she give financial support to her grandpa, but she lives with him. So chances are, just over dinner, they could be talking about stuff innocently. So he might know some inside information. So now they're both restricted. So don't let grandpa live with you if he is a stock trader and you are a registered rep selling Series 7 securities. All right. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's go. The account will be frozen for 10 days. Oops, I meant to cross. I'll do all that. Only closing transactions can be entered. The account will be frozen for 90 days or cash or margin securities must. So I got 10 days, 90 days, probably the most similar. Only must. How are you guys liking that? Now, if you're and you're right, B does have an and, but I think the only crosses off the and. If you are in a situation where you have your account frozen, is 10 days that big of a deal or is 90 that big of a deal? If you were to suffer a punishment and get your account frozen, what's going to have a bigger impact on you so you don't do this again? 90, right? So can we guess that the answer is probably going to be 90? Notice that we haven't even gone further than what we highlighted in purple. A customer hasn't been in violation of free riding as a penalty, which of the following will occur. Told you. Again, techniqued it. Keyword Monday Kona connections. Boom. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Oh, yes, this one. All right, guys. I don't normally do 1, 2, 3, 4s here, but I'm going to tell you, I did this one because I go in like this. I know. You're seeing me. I know what you're doing, Kaplan. I know what you're doing, Kaplan. All right. So we go to our answer choices. We pick 2. All right. So I look here. I'm going to pick 2. It's very important to recognize how many you're going to pick. Okay. Now I looked over here first and I went, oh, blue sky requirement, registration requirement, firm element training, regulatory element training. Now, content-wise, I know it can tell you that the answer, if the question says CEs, I already know that 3 and 4 are going to be my answers. Why? I've just been doing this long enough. But I was very curious about the fact that it said requirement and requirement. Now, look at this question. Continuing education requirements are part of the securities industry's ongoing commitment to furthering the knowledge base for registered reps. Which of the following CE requirements are needed by a registered rep? Now, we have had test taking techniques before where we saw requirements in the question, so therefore the answer would be requirements. Right? And it's very rare that we refer to the firm element as training. We usually just call it the firm element and the regulatory element. Am I right? So I was like, I see you, see me, and I see what you're trying to do. But the answer is 3 and 4 all day, every day. They're throwing in extra words because of our keywords. And don't try to deny it. It's crazy, right? Because if you guys were following the techniques and didn't actually read, like sometimes we do on a Tuesday, y'all would have picked 1 and 2. Why? Because it says requirements and requirements, right? But this is the content, surface level content. Those connect to that. Those words, firm element, regulatory element, they connect to continuing education. That's your content. All right. On that note, that's the last one, right? Yeah. On that note, I saw this question on Monday and I have been like, what's it called? Chomping at the bits to share that with you on a Zoom. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Now, guys, we don't have the Studying Brew Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's only Monday through Thursday. So we will not see you live for a few days, but we will see you again on Monday night. We have member sessions tomorrow, Friday. So I hope to see you all there. And if you guys are worried, look, if you guys work during the day and you're like, I can't join your program, Brandi, because I work during the day, I get you. I understand you. I totally get it. That's why we record. So we record our Mondays and Fridays, all member sessions. Probably going to start recording the day sessions when we talk about exam specifics so we can recycle out our old replay library, which is still very valid, by the way. But let's get rid of the old. Let's bring in some new. So that's what we're kind of working on. And I cannot wait to see you guys. So take care of yourselves. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. And remember to wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. Keep that positive mental attitude. We will see you guys very soon. Have a great day or evening.